All right, Dynasty Trades in 5, episode 33. I'm Clay.
I'm Shane.
Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. So we're talking about J.K. Dobbins tonight. Shane, you are up, my friend. Open your eyes. Wake up.
We all thought this was going to be the year that he was going to break out. Unfortunately, he tore stuff in his leg that you need to play football. Me and Scott never liked him that much anyway. With the situation in Baltimore, we did a whole Manic and Chill episode beating him down as to why he couldn't be an elite running back, and it wasn't anything to do with him because, again, skill-wise, he's great. But he is someone that I wouldn't mind collecting right now. And I think Scott has some ideas on how you might be able to collect him.
Well, first, let's just say this. We beat him down on Manic and Chill, but we also did not know that every single good running back was going to get hurt this year. So it's possible that had he not gotten hurt and he just survived, then he might have ended up being a top 8 running back. Like I said, he had no chance to be. But a lot of that was just based on historical data saying, his usage was A, not enough overall, and B, not enough of the right kind of touches for him to finish in a difference-making range. I think a good thing for Dobbins would be if the team can actually succeed this year with what they're doing, if he can come back into an offense that's more efficient and establishes a good passing game, then I think he can actually be somebody that is more efficient. He's always been like super efficient with the touches that he gets. But I think you could see a ceiling from him next year, depending on Gus Edwards too, because he tore his ACL as well. So their backfield's completely wide open. I just looked at the newest ADP from DLF, which is up today. He's up to RB 16. So you're already seeing the swell of, I'm out of it. I'm picking J.K. Dobbins because I'm going to get him next year. There's no reason to draft, Kareem Hunt over him or David Montgomery over him or Josh Jacobs over him or any of those guys because, I'm probably not drafting those guys for this season. It's a startup. If I'm doing a startup draft, it's for next year.
But that says to me, though, if you want J.K. Dobbins, you think you're going to want him, now's probably the time to target him before he jumps up too high.
Yeah. So if you want him, if you're trying to target him, what are you gonna send? What are you gonna send pick wise? You said projected late 22 first.
A late first is fair. I think the way to acquire him though is, we've talked about this before, whether you're contending or not, if you really want Dobbins and you don't want to give up your future picks, because what if you already gave up your 22 first? How do I get him without giving my 23 first? I'm not giving a 23 first for Dobbins because there's probably going to be 4 or 5 running backs equivalent to him that don't have an ACL history, that don't have kind of a questionable role going forward. I'd be on Shane mentioned Henderson. I would be on the train of sending Henderson, sending Elijah Mitchell, sending those types for Dobbins, even if you're a contender, which is really hard to do. But I ask you, Shane, like if you're a 8-2 team, you have Elijah Mitchell. Do you send Elijah Mitchell for Dobbins?
No, I want a title. Hell no.
Okay,
I'm 2-8. I'll do it all day.
So what if you're a contender and you've got Dobbins? What would you, and you're targeting Fournette? What would have to be put on top of Fournette to give away Dobbins?
Some of us get wacky when it's title season time and do things like trade J.K. Dobbins for Leonard Fournette straight up because Leonard Fournette's basically been an RB1 all season. So if you get a guy that can put up running back 1 numbers this year, for a guy that's a question mark like J.K. Dobbins, I think you're fine doing that. At least you can tell yourself why it makes sense.
I think the difference with running backs is I never want to pay the market price for a running back that I know has a flat value curve. So Dobbins for Fournette is almost like a deal I would just do regardless of where I stand. Because you're not buying Dobbins because you think he's going to outproduce Fournette next year. You're buying Dobbins because we're seeing the market is up and up and up. 2 months from now, Dobbins will be worth more than he is today. It's almost guaranteed, unless he has a setback or there's some narrative that he's not healing from his injury or something like that. But we're probably not going to find that out until well past the time you could profit. So I think it's more about, just like Shane said, get the shares now. You don't want to give up points, but I can make up points at running back for cheaper than probably what I'm going to give up in the Dobbins trade. So I'm fine trading Fournette for Dobbins, even if I'm 10-0. I'll go find a running back for cheaper to fill in those points.
So let's talk about if you've got Dobbins and you're a contender, what wide receivers would you pivot to? If you need points, you're going for that ship. What wide receivers would you expect to get back if you're giving away Dobbins?
The minimum target range, like if you could secure Jerry Jeudy, T. Higgins, that'd be a win. Yep. I think for an injured running back.
But you think you could get a Jerry Jeudy, T.
No.
Higgins? No,
okay. I'm saying you're shopping down in the Mike Evans, Mike Williams, that range. And then that's when you're having to weigh, okay, am I getting enough here versus potentially hitting on a running back? Because I'm not even buying Dobbins because I think Dobbins is going to be great in the future. I'm buying him because he's a more scarce asset. If everything aligns for him and it's like, oh my gosh, he's going to enter the season as the Ravens bell cow, he's worth double what he is now. Yeah, that's why I'm not swapping him for Mike Williams. That would be the reason. Not because I think Mike Williams isn't going to outscore him.